Hello, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, happy Wednesday. It's almost the end of the week. I hope you are as excited as I am. Please hit that like button as you come in. Today, we're going to be talking about Ashley, honey. We're talking about Ashley, Nneka, some of the girls. Basically, it sounds like Ashley still has lots to say even after the reunion is done. Ashley still wants to talk. Ashley still has stuff to say. So we are going to get into it. I am going to be playing. Oops. Sorry, my mouse drops. I'm going to be playing a few clips for you guys so you guys can see it in real time. And we will get into it. So let me just share my screen. 1 second. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. Okay. So she was asked a question if Stacey is impossible or basically difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with impossible with a capital I. Yes, indeed. With some stank breath.
Eesh. She just got to put that stank breath in it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, I will say in the past, I have heard the stank breath comment from someone in the past, someone else that is not on the show. But yeah, she's never going to let this down, is she? And Ashley is like, the people love Stacey, the people don't like you. So the more you talk about Stacey, the more the people cannot or will be irritated and will not be able to stand you. And so Loki, I'm like, maybe she doesn't even care anymore. And she's just like, I don't care if the people like me. I don't care if they want me to be sent home. I'm going to keep talking about it, annoy them so much that I have to stay on the show because I've annoyed them so much.
Okay. I can only say one. I'm gonna say K.
Well, okay, with everything K is done this season, done and not done, you want K back? Okay.
Yes.
Who do you think wants to return to the show more, Sharice or Candiace?
Sharice.
It's the eye roll for me. I'm like, dude, you're the one who decided to bring it as a storyline, and then it's like she got in the middle of it because it was about her son. And yeah, it became a storyline. So you brought it. Let's not act like, you weren't the one who started this whole Charisse drama. You did. And she finished it because she went over to any interview to whoever who cared to listen to talk about it.
Is Kay reaching or right regarding Wendy not being here?
I'm gonna say she's right. Wendy has her moments. I'm gonna say she's right. Wendy has her moments.
Does Giselle have a man?
It's giving Giselle has a man. That laugh, then she sips and chooses not to say a thing. So it's like, you know how to act when you want to. You just choose to. The people you don't like, you're like, I'm going to respond. The people you like, you know how to keep quiet when it comes to their business.
Okay.
Who do you think hasn't changed, Karen or Monique?
Karen. Ooh, that's a toughie. Both of them have changed. They are literally two different women.
Now that is something interesting. She said both of them have changed. And to be fair, I feel like Karen seemed to own the reunion a whole lot more. I think when we first saw, maybe she saw people's comments about the interview that she did with Andy, and so she decided to come and really own it at the reunion. I think she did. I think she did a banging job at that.
The least change. Damn, I'm gonna say Karen because Karen comes correct tonight on this reunion. So Karen.
Is Tia a tea and trumpet carrier, aka the bone carrier of the group, or is she as innocent as she proclaims?
She's a bone carrier in training. Yes, I'm training her.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yes.
It's the I'm training Tia. Don't learn nothing from Ashley. Ashley's not the one to learn stuff from, honey. Whatever she tells you to do, do the opposite. Unless you don't want to stay on the show for a long time, do the opposite of whatever it is she tells you to do. Okay? So if Ashley says, say this, say the other thing, do something different. That would be my advice.
I'm gonna say she's right. Wendy has her moments.
Okay, so we've seen this. If we look at the comments, you see a lot of people. Stacey takes up so much room in Ashley's head. The people who are writing for um Stacey as usual. And I completely understand that in this case because Ashley, like, the show has ended. Release yourself. There's no need for you to still be actively talking about it. But it's obvious it's given she's trying to fight for her job. So maybe the more she is being talked about, she's likely to come back, even if it's as a villain. I think that she has owned that villain role so well. Not when I say so well, it's not exactly a great thing because when you are a villain, nobody is able to empathize with you. People just find you annoying. But when I say so well, from production's perspective, production need people who can be villains and who don't care about it, which is why I feel like Giselle is still on the show because they know Giselle is going to push the storylines. Giselle can be a villain and it will be okay. And I think that's Giselle and Ashley's role. So I think Ashley's trying to really play into that so that they have to bring her back next season because she has so much drama with Stacey. And if she adds all the other girls with it, then maybe they will be thinking of bringing her back. So I think that's her strategy. I don't know if it's really going to work, but that's her strategy. Let me know if y'all think that Ashley's coming back next season. Put in the chat. Okay, so let's move on to the next clip. I think for me it was very interesting to see how it seems like all of a sudden she is talking about Candiace in a positive way. I'm like, it's given, the people like Candiace, so you're trying to clean things up. I don't understand that. Oh, hold on.
Your castmates have sensitivities that you may need to take heed to, right? So you think it's just not the same because you said that you guys had tougher skin, thicker skin. Do you think y'all still have that tougher skin and thicker skin back when Candiace was there, or did you think that was too much back then?
No, let me give Candiace her flowers. Candiace has always been able to hold her own, whether it's been good, bad, or ugly. Candiace has never shied away from anything, and she doesn't feel like a victim. She doesn't have a victim mentality, and I can't say that for some of these other women. So if anything,
now y'all may not like Ashley, but she ate down. Angel, for instance, has that very victim-like mentality. Like when she talks about the whole catfish thing and it got so intense, it's like, girl, it was not even that deep and now it's become so serious. And so, yes, I feel like to an extent, everybody is becoming a lot more sensitive in the way in which they are affected by these things, right? This is not a show for people who are prim and proper and above it all. This is a show for people who are not above it all and who like to engage in that manner.
I think you're saying that you're noticing some of your castmates have sensitivities that you may need to take heed to, right?
and I can't say that for some of these other women. So if anything, I think Candiace was more representative of how we were as a group, and she meshed with the group.
Right. So first of all, shout out to We Go podcast. Yeah, she always seems like such a lovely person. Like every time I see her, I don't know the lady, but she just seems to have great energy. But anyway, that's besides the point.
That some of these other ladies aren't really fitting in.
So would you like to see her back next season?
I don't have control over that. If she comes, great. If she's doing well, I've seen her recently, so
Oh, okay, because one thing she's always said is that you guys have a lot of fun off camera.
We do have a lot of fun, and it's our bonding thing. But we'll still go at it because we're like sisters,
Oh, not them being like sisters. So is she lucky trying to get Candiace to come back because she feels like the ratings are going to skyrocket and they'll probably want to keep her because they know Candiace and Ashley are going to be going back and forth? Is that what it is? That would be very, very interesting. This is what I ultimately feel like Ashley's trying to keep her job. Ashley is trying to keep her job. And I think so. Whatever Ashley is doing is Ashley is pulling out every strategy, anything she knows, every single thing she has, any single tool that she has in her toolbox. And she is using that. This is just my personal perspective. I think that she's using all the tools in her arsenal to try to be on the show and stay on the show. That's what I think it's all about, if I'm being completely honest.
I love it. And I can't say that for some of these other women. So if anything, I think Candiace was more representative of how we were as a group, and she meshed with the group that some of these other ladies aren't really fitting in.
So would you like to see her back next season?
Okay, so initially I thought like a lot of the people used to think that Candiace is a little too much. So I guess maybe now all of a sudden she doesn't feel like Candiace is too much because she wants Candiace back on the show, because that would probably bring her back on the show, since everyone knows her and Candiace can never get along. They're always going back and forth. So I guess we'll have to see what happens, see what decision what decision ultimately gets made by production and Bravo. But yeah, it would be very interesting to see what kind of cast would we end up with. But I definitely think something needs to change because the current cast is not it. All right, so Miss Nneka says she basically had a lot to say about her time on the show, so we're going to get into it. First of all, she looks beautiful.
A lot of Bravo celebrities and everyone send me DMs and whatnot and share their thoughts, and especially I will say a lot of people have rewatched season 8 the past couple of months, so I've been getting a lot more. Where I land is I agree. You know, I feel like I have a lot going on in my life. I showed a lot. I was very transparent. I put it all on the table, because you can't sign up for reality TV and not be real. So
okay, but you were the one who chose to come for Wendy. You chose that, and the way in which you came at her was way too strong for somebody who was new on the show. That's why they chased you away.
When I agreed to do this with my husband, we agreed to showcase everything, and we did. And to see that, everything wasn't really shown that well.
Well, you know how production are. Editing, they will edit whatever and put whatever it is that they want to put. Like, look here, sometimes I'll be tired of people complaining about editing.
The editing and how things turned out.
Maybe it wasn't interesting enough.
But it is what it is. I'm still grateful for the opportunity and grateful for the friendships I've made. And I'm still here. And I think the show will be remembered for just having phenomenal, dynamic women, Black women, who are all doing well. They're all successful in their own right. They all have different backgrounds and upbringing. And
wasn't she a little bit shady when Wendy got arrested? It's like, now, are you changing mouth now because you are hoping that Bravo brings you back up to then come back this new season? Is that what this is?
Bringing everyone together in one platform and really just showcasing their lives, and also being able to have conflict, resolve, and move on, and still a sisterhood.
Yeah, it's definitely giving like very textbook answers, like she has been prepped or she's been prepping and waiting all day to be able to answer this question. I do think that she came in very hot, and I think she is the perfect example of you cannot go somewhere where you are new to the place and not take time to observe your surroundings, get to know people. Don't pick a side by the time you come in. You need to chill, get to know people across the board before you start picking a side. And I think that was the mistake that she made. She showed up, picked whatever side she wanted, maybe the side of the people that brought her on, and then chose who she wanted to fight with. You were the one who did that, right? You start talking about her and her family, right? So that's pretty serious. So of course they wouldn't have wanted you on the show.
My place in that, it's really strange, like you previously mentioned, that someone like me, a lot of Bravo celebrities and everyone send me DMs. And place in that, it's really strange, like you previously mentioned, that someone like me who had been on for one season is still very present, right? I'm still, like you said, I'm everywhere. You turn around, you see me, I'm here and there. I think it's a staple.
It's definitely given you want to come back on the show, right? That is what it is given. You want to stay friends with these people. I know, okay, maybe I should give her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she really has genuine relationships with these people. But on the other hand, I'm just like, maybe you continue to maintain these relationships because you're hoping that one day you can show up and get back on Bravo.
That real relationships can be built. And also you can be your authentic self and people will receive you. And not everyone has to like you because others really love you.
Okay. that kind of ate a little bit at the end. Like, not everyone has to like you because others love you. That kind of ate at the end. But I guess my thing is like, this is self-inflicted. I wish that she would take a little bit more accountability for how she messed up. Coming for Wendy, how she blew things out of proportion, the whole Osu thing. It's like, sis, you had one opportunity and you came and you butchered it.
Well, I certainly think a lot of things could have been done differently, handled differently, and
Like what? Name one. Name one thing. Sometimes, yo, when I see these people at interviews and they have lots to say, but then the way they're systematically answering the question, I would have said, like, okay, for example, like, what is one thing that you would do differently if you got the opportunity to come back? Like, boom, let's ask you. Put it in practice. What would you change?
communicate it differently. Regarding my own scenario, right? I think there's different ways to handle conflict, and I think some things could have been handled differently, for sure. Hey guys, this is
Like what? I would have been like what? Give me one example, or can you let me know? Oh, that's a very interesting point you mentioned. Could you just let me know, like, what is the one thing, if you had to change one thing, what is the one thing you would change about the way you handled yourself on the show? Like, let's ask some more questions, you know? Like, because I personally feel like initially when she came on, I was excited for her. But when it now came to the point of like trying to come for Wendy, I'm like, girl, sit down a little bit. Get to know the people first before you start having beefs. Like, you see how Tia came on. Tia got to know a lot of the girls first before she now started having certain issues. Like, for instance, even the Stacey of it all, she did not just have an issue with Stacey, even though majority of the castmates did not see it for Stacey. She still showed up to the thing that Stacey invited her to, and then eventually got to the point where it's like, okay, maybe we can't do this. Maybe there's nothing here, right? And so I just think that if someone can do that, that is how Nneka should have behaved, not come in swinging, guns blazing. And I low-key think that Ashley had something to do with it. I think Ashley and whoever it was behind the scenes probably pumped her with a lot of information about Wendy and then wanted her to come against Wendy. And it just did not end well for her. So, my experience, my advice would be, if you are new somewhere, before you start opening your mouth, listen and watch. Watch how people interact, get to know everybody. You will know the ones you need to avoid and know the ones you need to be engaging with, right? It happens just by listening and paying attention. On that note, everybody, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you know every single time that I post or go live. And I'll see you guys in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Bye.